into being a server or a host or a chef?
솔직히 I want to be a host.
Well, what's good, guys? Alex at Tech taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy View. As you can see, I'm playing some N64 Zelda on this massive tablet. When I was a kid, I grew up with the original Game Boy and later its successors in my hands. That was the answer to portable entertainment for many kids. But my ultimate fantasy back then was to be able to play PlayStation or N64 games wherever I was. Of course, that is common practice nowadays with Android devices using emulators, but man, this Galaxy View takes it a step further with its huge mini TV-like screen. Running an Exynos 7580 processor with only 2GB of RAM, you aren't going to get the most impressive performance with this thing. However, I wasn't as disappointed with the performance as I thought I'd be. For the most part, things ran along smoothly with apps opening and switching at a respectable speed. Like the performance though, the 18.4-inch display was also not necessarily a letdown, but not a selling point to me either. At 1920 by 1080p with a pixel density of 120 ppi, you can clearly see pixels on a display of this size. So this is neither a top performing device nor a pleasurable viewing experience. What can it do that stands out then? Well, Samsung has added some apps like the Chef Collection Hub with cooking instructional videos and recipes to potentially assist you in the kitchen. This app is pretty well designed and actually feels like it is integrated with this particular hardware experience. You know the cooking component to this? It's actually pretty darn cool, but the problem is not a lot of people use it, including me. Most of us just want to come home from work, cook something really simple that we're familiar with, eat it, and go to bed. Or we just go out and eat. So the problem with this is a lot of us have a routine that we're familiar with in the kitchen, and we don't bother to look for new ingredients and new recipes and stuff like that on the fly. We have to plan ahead for a special occasion. So there's a lot of wasted potential in something like this, and otherwise what could be a really great kitchen companion. Other bloatware like the S Console are redundant Play Store relocation hubs that I really wish OEMs like Samsung and Nvidia would stop making, as they don't really accomplish much of anything since you still need to be redirected to the Google Play Store to download. On the back hidden, we have a micro SD card slot, which helps expand the pedestrian 32GB of storage. Problem with this is that it is pretty difficult to gain access to due to the handle flap interfering with your arm angle. Also on the backside behind the handle flap are stereo rear firing speakers, which once again aren't really great, but aren't really bad either. The audio quality is a little muffled, but tolerable in the bigger picture. Nothing really stands out about the media experience on the View. Battery life seems acceptable. 5700 milliamps for an 18-inch display is minuscule, but I was able to push the screen on time to about 5 to 6 hours, which for something that isn't your main device, seems to be okay. Standby was pretty impressive too. The View sat on my desk for nearly a month on one charge. A month. For something you may use for only a small amount of time per day, this battery can hold up. So what this ultimately comes down to is, what exactly are we going to use this thing for? Are we going to use it to replace our television? I don't know why anyone would do that. If you have 4K televisions are abundant now. They're relatively cheap. They're actually really affordable nowadays. I have a 55-inch LG 4K television, and I got that for about $500 a few years ago. I mean, it's not that difficult to get a 4K TV for affordable price, and it's about the same price point as this, to be honest. So if we are talking about entertainment value, I'd rather watch Netflix on my 4K 55-inch television. And the thing is, we can argue that this is a portable television. You can take this outside and you can watch it. You can use it to watch Netflix, whereas your 4K television, 55-inch television, you can't take that outside to watch it. But the thing is, you can get a 15-inch or 13-inch laptop and you sacrifice a little bit of screen real estate, but it's way more portable than something like this. This is not as portable as we would hope it to be. You know, it's small enough, but it's not as portable as a tablet or a laptop. So that kind of eliminates the portability aspect of it. Well, what else are we going to use it for? Are we going to use it as a console and I guess, yeah, a console, an emulating console, as we were saying before, where we can play emulator games. Yeah, it's pretty neat that you can play emulator games on here, but at the same time, your tablet can do that too. And it's much smaller, much more portable. And if you want to play on a big screen, you have all these Android TVs out there nowadays, or you can get a Shield television console, and they handle it, if not better than this thing here. So that kind of eliminates that aspect of it. So those were the two things that I was thinking I could use this for, and I have better solutions for. But the only thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about what to utilize this for, trade shows. I think trade shows is where this thing could be a big hit for startup companies, smaller companies that go to trade shows. We actually did something like this. We bought the Navi tab, and we put we had an app developer, our own app developer in-house develop a program, an app, and we locked the app, and we took it to the trade show, and people loved it. They came to the booth. Everybody really likes interacting with a certain thing. They don't like talking to people. For some reason, that's just what the general consumer is like when they come to a booth or something like that. They don't want someone to help them initially. They want to just interact with something and to mind their own business for the initial part. So I found that the big tab, and also something like this, a big tablet with an interactive app and a screen for them to touch, draws people into your booth. So for something like this, I think $500 would be a good price for an enterprise, a corporation, or some business at a trade show. Or let's say you had a coffee shop and you wanted to use this as your menu screen or something like that. I could see how this could help businesses. So ultimately, I'm going to say this could be a great device for business people, but in terms of consumer, the general consumer, I have a hard time fitting it into a category that I can use this for in my own personal needs. What do you think? What do you guys think? What would you potentially use something this big for? It's not that portable, but at the same time, it's not that big, so it's in that middle range. What exactly do you guys think this would be good for? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
If you liked the video, be sure to comment, subscribe, and like. If you didn't like the video, well, you should still subscribe because I'm 100% sure that you're going to like the content that we produce in the future. Until next time, bye!